Here's how to have more motivation with fitness every single day. Step one, realize that you don't have to do it every single day. When I mean do it, I mean go to the gym, do that workout routine. Who said you have to do it every single day? When people say, I'm gonna start going to the gym in 2025, who said you have to do it every single day? It's so difficult to start going to the gym every single day when you haven't been going at all. That's a very difficult thing to do, and honestly, it gives you a lower chance of success. And I don't even go to the gym every day. You definitely don't have to do that. If you have reasons for that and you really want to go to the gym every day, do it. But just so you know, I think a lot of people don't really think about that middle piece. At least from what I've seen, from what I've heard, and the people I've talked to, from the information I've gathered, it seems to be pretty black and white. Like, I'm either going to go to the gym every single day and spend hours there and I'm going to live at the gym, or I'm just not going to do it at all. What about going to the gym 2 to 3 days a week for 20 to 30 minutes? You would get enormous benefit from that. Why not do that? Like, that's a great option. That's almost what I do. I'm not in the gym that much, and you don't have to be either. Step one, realize that you don't have to do anything really crazy up here. If you really want to start with the absolute bare minimum, that's so much better than doing nothing. You will get enormously more benefit from that than you would from doing absolutely nothing. It logically makes a lot of sense for you to get started with something like that, and I would totally encourage that. The second thing is, and this might be a little bit harsh, but I want you to do this exercise on your own. I want you to think about what you're missing out on every time you skip that workout. I want you to think about the gains that you're missing out on. And then I want you to think about the opportunities that fitness brings. Being in shape, what opportunities are brought into your life when you're in better shape, when you look better, when you feel better, when you're healthier, when you move better. So then when you skip those workouts, you could be missing out on those opportunities. And then who are you letting down by not reaching your goals? Is there anyone that you're letting down? Is there anyone else that you're hurting by not being in shape? Is there anything else that you're damaging? Relationships, skills, people who look up to you? And the reason I bring that up is because the thing that drove me, especially when I was younger, wasn't always reaching the end goal. I wasn't chasing. If anything, I was running. I was running away from something. I wasn't trying to reach a goal. I was trying to run away from missing out on progress. Every time I would train, every time I would work out, I remember this vividly. It would always go through my mind that every single day is an opportunity to build that physique that I want, to get that strength that I want. And if I miss it, then I'm missing that opportunity. I was running away from missing the opportunity. I could not bear the fact that I missed out on gains and muscles and opportunity that I could have had. Every single time I had the opportunity to train, that was going through my mind, and I could not let myself miss out on it. And so one way to really develop this mindset is to spend a few minutes. I want you to meditate on this. I want you to really think hard and imagine very vividly two things. One is your dream scenario. What if you did get in shape? What if you did build that dream physique? What if you did get that 315 bench? What if you did get abs? Whatever your goal is. And I don't want you to be conservative. I don't want you to be realistic with this goal. I want you to imagine the real dream scenario if there were no limitations. And there aren't, they're just in your mind. But if there weren't any limitations, imagine the dream scenario. I want you to imagine what you look like, what you feel like, what your life is like, how people treat you, how you treat other people. Has that changed? Maybe, maybe not. I want you to imagine what new opportunities have come into your life, what opportunities you can bring to other people, and how you can now serve other people. I want you to get a very vivid picture in your mind of what that reality is like. I want it to be so real to you that you can practically taste what the air tastes like, what the air smells like at that point. Make that so real that it practically comes into your reality that you feel like you have a grasp on it. Second thing I want you to imagine is the exact opposite. What if you didn't hit that goal? What if you just slacked off and every single day you said, I'm not going to go to the gym today? I want you to imagine what would happen if those days added up over the next couple years. And those donuts, those cookies, that little, I'll just have just one extra. What's the big deal, right? If those poor decisions of weakness added up over years, what would the opposite scenario look like? Who would you be hurting? Who would you be letting down? What opportunities would you be missing out on? What would you look like? What would you feel like? How would people treat you? Who wouldn't talk to you? How would you treat other people? In the same way that you could practically taste that dream scenario, I want you to do the same thing, if not even more, even harder. I want you to plug yourself into that reality so vividly that you experience it as if it's real. I want you to understand, I want you to practically remember what it felt like to be in that reality, as if it's so real that it's a real memory, not just a thought. Now, once you have those two things and you've imagined them and you've meditated on them to the point where they are so real that you've practically been there before, that it feels like you've been there, that it's not just a thought but a memory. Now I want you to think about those two things every single time you know you have to go to the gym. You now have two forces that that are pushing you to be consistent with your workouts every single time. One force is repelling you. It's like a magnet, right? One force is repelling you. That's the force that you're running away from. That's the worst scenario possible. That's the scenario that happens when you didn't go to the gym. That's the one you're running away from. Don't let that happen. You have to run away from that, and it's chasing you. Every single day you skip the gym, that scenario is getting closer and closer to you. The second force that's getting you to your goal is the one that's pulling you. That's the magnet that's attracting. That's the dream scenario that you're running towards. Every single day that you make that good decision, you make that decision out of strength, you go to the gym, you skip the cookie, you eat the right foods, you get your steps in, you are running towards that scenario. So it's up to you. You now have two things that are pushing and pulling you in the right direction. For me, that was the most important thing. That was the thing that kept me going every single day for almost 2 decades straight. That is the thought was, I need to reach this and I cannot let this reach me. I was constantly running from and running to. Everyone's different. For some people, running from is more powerful. For other people, running to is more powerful. For some people, both of them together is extremely powerful and it creates an unstoppable drive. I was going to give you 3 tips, but I believe that those 2 that I just gave you are 2 extremely powerful tools. Maybe I'll include some others in another video, but just for the sake of simplicity and to make sure that you absorb this completely and you really are able to implement this, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm going to stop the video right here. I want you to focus on implementing these 2 strategies and watch your motivation skyrocket. And as always, if you guys want more help, if you want my one-on-one support, if you want me to hold your hand and walk you through your fitness journey and have access to me 24/7, DM me the word fit on Instagram, FIT. I'll reach out to you, see if my coaching is a good fit for you. At the very least, my goal is always to see you all win. I really do have too much value that it would be unethical for me not to share it. Implement these 2 strategies. Send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know how it went. Let me know if you have questions. Put it in the comments here. Hope this helped.